Thank you very much. We really appreciate the opportunity to participate and provide comments to the conference committee. I'm Diane Dillon. I'm a county supervisor for the 3rd District in Napa County. Almost all of the Tier 3 lands designated by CAL FIRE are in my supervisorial district. I'm also on the board of directors for California State Association of Counties, CSAC, and I'm speaking on their behalf today. It was only months ago that we in the North Bay were ravaged by fire. The Tubbs fire started within a few miles of my home. My communities still continue to recover. In 2017 alone, wildfires in California burned over 500,000 acres and tragically took 43 lives. Fires are continuing to burn in California, as we all know, as we sit here, and we must remember that any changes that we make to laws today will impact future fire victims, and we will have future fire victims. It may impact current fire victims if that date isn't changed. CSAC strongly believes that the governor's proposal is unconstitutional. In addition, we believe that the current legal standard is critical to compel utilities to invest in safety. Safety needs to be our main focus. We need to talk about prevention, safety, and accountability for utilities. We need to focus on forest health, resiliency, and land use. We do not need to be focusing on changing long-standing liability laws that have protected victims. Napa County may not be on fire right now, but unfortunately it's probably will be at some point, and this proposal would negatively impact fire victims in the future, limiting their ability to fairly and swiftly be compensated from fires that utilities caused. The governor's proposal will ask the court to balance the benefit of electricity to someone's house burning down. How can that be done? How is that fair to victims? This is a very radical policy change. This proposal will shift liabilities to the communities that are trying to recover. And what is most glaring is that we are doing this in light of the fact that the IOUs have not been meeting their obligations. Tuesday night, I held a meeting in Angwin, a community of 3,000 people, which includes a 1,200 student four-year liberal arts college. A community that's in Tier 3 that hasn't burned in 50 years, that's very, very concerned about the future. And I held the meeting to focus on PG&E and what they're doing in the community. They are trying desperately to do the work that they have not done and should have done for years and years and years. Happy to send you all photos of what it looks like on the ground now and what that will mean in terms of this policy change, because it is virtually impossible for them to do the work that they need to do right now to make it safer. And we're talking about changing the way in which they'll be judged on having met their safety requirements. Local governments use inverse condemnation to bring large, well-funded utilities to the table to settle for damages, rather than spend years and years in court under negligence suits. Small counties have limited resources, and we bring utilities to court under inverse condemnation, even when they acted negligently, because it brings them to the table sooner for settlement. We have to start providing services. We have to put our communities back together again. And we have to be in court for years, potentially, with them to bring us to settlement. That's the current situation, and we're talking about taking away that incentive for them. So we haven't shown where the incentive is for PG&E to come to the table. Where's the incentive to get them to go to that higher bar that San Diego has shown can be done? We are solution-oriented. CSAC wants the state to focus on how we can reduce our risk of wildfire, not on how to shift liability. So let's work together for that goal to protect all of our citizens. Thank you very much.